What's cracking, y'all? You're watching Gzerini TV, and these are my top 10 Sega Dreamcast games. Number 10. 18-Wheeler. This game is best played with the steering wheel. Although this was the least ranked in my collection, it was still one of my favorite games in and out of the arcades. I was always fascinated with games that were out of the ordinary, and this was definitely one of them. Seeing it in the arcades for the first time, a big old red sit-down cabinet with a real-size big rig steering wheel, I was hooked. As soon as they released it on Dreamcast, I went straight to my local game store and picked it up. Number 9. Confidential Mission. This game is best played with a light gun. I've always been a sucker for shooting games, and during this time, James Bond and Ethan Hunt was definitely trending. This was another one of those eye-catching machines that I had to hop in and try. There was just something about mixing a gun game with a secret agent theme that went really well together. Number 8. The House of the Dead 2. This game is best played with a light gun. This gun game was hands down one of Sega's best games. There were so many spin-offs of this game, they took the license from pinball all the way to typing on a keyboard, to which was one of my wife's favorites. I'm not sure how many words a minute she could type, but she could definitely beat my pointer finger method. Pulling on a trigger is what I do best, so I'll just stick to this one. Number 7. Hydro Thunder. This game is best played with the steering wheel. Midway definitely made some great arcade racing games, and this was something great that they pulled out the bag. I just never thought racing a boat would be this fun. Being someone that gets motion sickness quite easily, this will probably be the closest I get to being on a boat. Honorable mention, if I owned San Francisco Rush 2049, it would probably take this spot. Number 6. NBA Showtime and NFL Blitz 2000. These games are best played with the arcade stick. The reason why I have 2 games in the 6th spot is because they both belong to the Midway Sports Station in the arcades. It was a conversion kit that arcade operators can convert a single game cab into 2. Being a fan of NBA Jam, Showtime offered updated graphics and replays that Jam didn't have, as well as with Blitz. Always wanting this machine in my house, the Dreamcast made it possible. Number 5. Crazy Taxi. This game is best played with the steering wheel. Now, who didn't want Crazy Taxi at home? Even though it wasn't the same experience, it was close enough if you had a steering wheel. With the catchy soundtrack featuring Offspring and the many brands used in the game as passenger destinations, who didn't like passing by KFC or Tower Records and Levi's, just to name a few? Number 4. Virtua Tennis. This game is best played with the arcade stick. I honestly don't know why I was so hooked on this game. I didn't even play tennis IRL. I guess I was just sprung off of the Virtua series and also the hype with the Nike Agassi collab. I swear, I wore the most vibrant fluorescent fits along with some wristbands to the mall to play this game. I should have just went to the real tennis court instead of the food court. Number 3. Daytona, USA. This game is best played with a steering wheel. This game has to be known as one of the best arcade racers hands down. I can hear that theme song in my head as we speak. I remember always going to Dave & Buster's with a bunch of my friends to get a 6-player race going, and the losers always had to buy the winners drinks. It would have been cool if we could connect 6 Dreamcasts together and had a multiplayer game at home as well. Number 2. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This game is best played with an arcade stick. My favorite game of all time is Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, but coming in at a close second is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. There's just something about it, from the catchy theme song all the way to the addition of the supers. The game is smooth, easy to pull off combos, and just as long as they had my favorite fighter Ken, I was taking boards. Number 1. Finally, I could stop using this voice. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This game is best played with the arcade stick. Last but not least, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This game is really special to me because of the lengths I went to get this game while it was still in the arcades. I used to shop at this one place called Matt's Game Exchange in Concord, California. At the time, they were the only shop around my area that sold imported games. After playing MVC2 at a nearby mall, I decided to pass by and was surprised to see a Japanese version on the shelf. Not knowing about the region lock, they told me that I needed either a Japanese console or have my Dreamcast modded. One of the workers then asked me under the table if I wanted to get my system modded for $50, and I said, hell yeah, I do. What's funny is that I told my friend about it, and he went in the very next day, and the worker said, sorry, we don't do that here. Somebody must have snitched them out. After buying 2 arcade sticks, I held multiple memorable tournaments and made money instead of inserting tokens into a machine. The hustles we did as a kid. Thanks for watching, and I hope to do another one of these top 10 videos sometime in the near future. See you guys on the next one. Peace!